After the college entrance exam, while on the high-speed train, I received a call. The two most fortunate things in my life are: first, marrying you; second, barely getting into Peking University and spending 4 years there with you. I remember Jiang Shui is 1 point taller than you. If she applies, you might not get in. It's good that I convinced her to give up back then. Otherwise, it would be her standing beside you now. You little shrew. The sweet and playful voice belongs to my best friend. Wen Qing. The gentle, affectionate male voice belongs to my boyfriend, Liu Xiuyu. I held my phone in my hand, looking at my best friend and boyfriend who were eating boxed meals next to me. I was a little confused. The college entrance exam results are in. Liu Xiuyu scored 688, and Wen Qing scored 669. What about you, Xiao Xue? I was stunned. I just have 1 more point than you. The three of them agreed to take the exam for Kyoto University together. Last year, the admission score for Kyoto University was 670. Wen Qing is the most dangerous. Don't apply to Peking University. Apply to a local 985 university instead. That way, we can be together. Is it okay, Xiao Xue? Wen Qing pleaded. I felt a sudden chill. Okay. Upon returning home, I immediately applied to Peking University. After the college entrance exam trip, on the high-speed train back home, I received a call. The two most fortunate things in my life are: first, marrying you; second, barely getting into Peking University and spending 4 years there with you. I remember Jiang Shui is 1 point taller than you. If she applies, you might not get in. Fortunately, I tricked her into applying to another school at that time. Otherwise, it would be her standing beside you now. You little shrew. The sweet and playful voice belongs to my best friend, Wen Qing. The gentle, affectionate male voice belongs to my boyfriend, Liu Xiuyu. Beep. The phone call ended. I glanced at my best friend and boyfriend, who were eating boxed meals beside me. What's wrong? Whose call is it? Liu Xiuyu looked at me gently. Don't you like the boxed meal? Then have mine. Wen Qing held up the half-eaten boxed meal in front of me. I'm a bit confused. Is this a scam call? The college entrance exam scores are out. In the carriage, someone shouted excitedly. Liu Xiuyu and Wen Qing put down their boxed lunches and quickly checked their scores on their phones. I ignored that ridiculous scam call. Getting my grades is more important. Liu Xiuyu. 688. Just as estimated. Wow. I have 669. But Kyoto University's minimum score last year was 670. Wen Qing was first overjoyed, then worried, and finally looked at me. Shui, what's your score? I stared intently at the score on the phone screen, unable to believe it. 1 point more than you. What a coincidence. We agreed to go to Kyoto University together. Xiuyu is secure now. And you, Xiao Xue, also have a chance. I'm the one in the most danger. Wen Qing was visibly disappointed. Xiao Xue. Don't apply to Peking University. Apply to a local 985 university instead. At least we can be together. Is it okay, Xiao Xue? Wen Qing's eyes were filled with pleading. I felt a sudden chill. It matches. Everything matches. We've been best friends for 10 years. During those 10 years, I've always tried my best to keep up with you. Wen Qing's tears rolled down in big drops. I want to stand by your side and be your best friend forever. But I fell short by just 1 point. Just 1 point alone. Just want to stand with me. Be best friends forever. In the 4th grade of elementary school, we just became best friends. That's what she said too. From then on, we studied and grew together. Just like stepsisters who are very close to each other. It goes without saying that my dream is to be admitted to the literature department of Peking University. She, who's now crying and begging me to give up Kyoto University, seems like a stranger to me. You, please, Xiao Xue. Wen Qing kept sobbing, but I didn't say anything in response. Idiot. You've already tried your best. Liu Xiuyu opened a bottle of water and handed it to Wen Qing. After being with Liu Xiuyu for 3 years, He never opened a bottle cap for me once, although I didn't need it. His movements were natural and his tone gentle, giving it a somewhat ambiguous vibe. Lu Xiuyu despises idiots. If it weren't for pursuing me, he wouldn't even give Wenqing, who barely made it into the top class, a second glance. After confirming our relationship, she openly and secretly showed disdain for me having such a foolish best friend. Wenqing doesn't have great grades, but she's very hardworking. Every semester, I buy tons of study materials and exercises. I ask the teachers, ask me, and also ask Lu Xiuyu. At first, Lu Xiuyu said he didn't want to get too close to idiots. After I gave him a scolding, he reluctantly answered Wenqing's questions. 1 answer equals 3 years. In those 3 years, I heard countless times the word idiot. I used to be troubled by the fact that my boyfriend and best friend didn't get along. I didn't even notice that the boyfriend's complaints became less and less resentful over time. And instead, there was a hint of indulgence and protection in his tone. Xiuyu, please plead with Xiao Shui for me. I really don't want to be separated from you all. In her desperation, Wenqing grabbed Lu Xiuyu's hand. I stared at that hand. Wenqing wants to stand by my side and be my forever best friend. No. What she truly wants is to always be by Lu Xiuyu's side. And I was merely a stepping stone for her to achieve her goals. Lu Xiuyu isn't short of suitors, but he's always very clear about his boundaries. Instead of pulling his hand back, he held Wenqing's hand even tighter. Xiao Xue, what are your plans? Lu Xiuyu sighed helplessly. He seemed to be asking for my opinion, but in reality, he was already on the opposite side of me. You have one more point than Wenqing. But it's still uncertain whether you'll get into Jingdai University. The local 985 university is also quite highly ranked nationwide. With Wenqing and your scores, you'll definitely get in. So, just apply to the local university and be with Wenqing. I smiled. Peking University is not on the same level as ordinary 985 universities. The Department of Literature at Kyoto University is precisely what my heart desires. I can do it. Give it up for her. Then I'm a fool. Lu Xiuyu. Isn't 688 more reliable? Just bid for it. Once you do, you'll be able to be with Wenqing. Xiao Xue. Stop joking. Xuyu's dream is to attend Kyoto University. How could he give up his dream just to be with me? Although Wenqing said those words, her gaze toward Lu Xiuyu was filled with anticipation. What do you mean? Whether I'll accompany you or not? Xiao Xue. Don't forget, I'm your boyfriend. Lu Xiuyu said seriously. Their hands were still clasped together. A glaring reminder of how blind I once was. Do you even remember that you're my boyfriend? Then why don't you remember that my dream is to study at the literature department of Kyoto University? Ah. Lu Xiuyu was momentarily speechless. I slowly turned to Wenqing again. How could you forget too? My best friend. Oh. I'm so stupid. Xiuyu explained the problems to me and spent too much time with me. He must have caught my stupidity and forgot everything. Haha. Wenqing laughed it off, trying to get by with that. Oh, Xiao Xue. Why don't you apply for the local program with me? The literature department there isn't bad at all. I refused outright. No, I want to apply to Kyoto University. Wenqing was both astonished and confused. Probably because of my firm attitude. And perhaps also because things didn't unfold as she had anticipated. The atmosphere became awkward for a moment. I'll go get some hot water. Wenqing stood up while speaking, but her hands were empty. The thermos cup remained on the small table. Xiao Xue. Isn't Wenqing your best friend? She tried really hard, going from the lowest score in the class to getting 769 points. She's upset now. And you don't even have a word of comfort for her. Lu Xiuyu blamed me, ignoring his reproaches. I asked skeptically. Lu Xiuyu. Weren't you not getting along with her? Since when do you care about her so much? I hate stupid people, but I appreciate those who work hard. Lu Xiuyu spoke frankly. Is that a problem? Just appreciating. The little smarty from the phone call just now keeps echoing in my ears. I don't believe his nonsense. I'm just a little tired. Okay. Very good. Then go apologize to Wenqing now. And say that you'll take the local exam with her. Lu Xiuyu kept pressing his advantage. It's only now that I truly see how shameless he is. No. I want to apply to Kyoto University. I remained seated firmly and refused once again. Didn't I tell you? Kyoto University is too hard for you. A local 985 university is the better choice. Lu Xiuyu said patiently. No. I definitely want to apply to Kyoto University. I sat there firmly, arms crossed, refusing to negotiate. Xiao Xue. You're too selfish. You don't care about your 10 years of friendship. Is pursuing dreams selfish? It sounded like the funniest joke ever to me. Lu Xiuyu. You're not selfish. Go be with her. I will apply to Peking University. I said each word carefully. Lu Xiuyu couldn't possibly accept a low score and then turn around and attack me again. Xiao Xue. You've changed. You've become cold and stubborn. I know clearly that I haven't changed. It's them who have crossed my limits. So I won't tolerate them anymore. Lu Xiuyu. You've changed too. Once the filter is broken. Everyone seems ugly and ridiculous. Silence between them. A few minutes later. Lu Xiuyu stood up abruptly. Wenqing hasn't come back with the water yet. I'm going to check on her. Don't get me wrong, I am going there on your behalf. Okay. If he says he'll go for me, then let him go. But what does it mean that he's not bringing any thermoses with him? Not even one. Should I catch it with my hands? I was also thirsty, so I took my thermos with me and headed to the bathroom. After taking a few steps, I went back to get Wenqing's thermos cup. Outside the bathroom, there was a kettle for boiling water. Wenqing and Lu Xiuyu weren't there. I didn't think much of it and just kept pouring hot water. Cup after cup. Two familiar voices came from the closed toilet next door. What should I do? Xiaoxue just refuses to go with me to sign up for local classes. She's so stubborn that I can hardly recognize her anymore. I've been Xiaoxue's best friend for 10 years. I know her very well. She's not stubborn. She just wants to spend time with you at Peking University as a couple. Ah. I've figured out how to make her agree to go back to her hometown. All you need to do is cooperate a little. I thought of that too. Two people are in a bathroom, plotting something not very clever. Every word reached my ears clearly. I went back to my seat with 2 empty thermoses, pretending I'd never left at all. After being with Lu Xiuyu for 3 years, I thought we shared the same ideals. But to win Wenqing over, he had to trick me into giving up my chance at Peking University. As Wenqing's best friend for 10 years, when we were kids, she envied me for having countless beautiful dresses to wear. Over the past decade, I've bought her countless clothes, shoes, and bags. I paid for her living expenses and textbook costs during middle and high school. It was I who arranged for Lu Xiuyu to tutor her and answer her questions. I'll cover all of her expenses for this trip as well. But she wasn't only interested in Lu Xiuyu. She also used our friendship to force me to give up my dreams. I was with Lu Xiuyu for 3 years. I thought we shared the same ideals and that he truly loved me. I never expected that the two of them would work together to trick me into giving up my chance at Kyoto University. I rubbed my slightly sore forehead, unable to determine whether nausea or sadness dominated my feelings at that moment. When Qing and Lu Xiuyu came back together, Xiao Xue. I've decided not to apply to Peking University. I'll apply to a local university like you all. We can take the postgraduate entrance exam for Peking University together later. Lu Xiuyu announced to me solemnly. Xiuyu has sacrificed so much. Aren't you worried? Xiao Xue. Don't report this to the capital authorities. Let's deal with this locally together. When Qing leaned in, looking at me expectantly. That position looked like sitting right on Lu Xiuyu's lap. Okay. I agreed readily, looking out the window while washing my eyes. When I started filling out my college applications, I had already returned home. I just filled in the information about myself in the computer, indicating that I am a student from the Department of Literature at the University of Beijing. I was about to save the information when a video call appeared on my phone. 3 people, me, Wenqing, and Lu Xiuyu. Back then, I created this group specifically to ease the relationship between Wenqing and Lu Xiuyu. To show our determination, we'll fill in our local university as our first choice, and fill in some junk universities for the other spots. Haha. I can't believe you actually thought of that. All right. Let's supervise each other via video then. Lu Xiuyu happily played along with Wenqing's playful ideas. She makes a fuss. He laughs. They go well together. If I were an irrelevant person, I'd be completely devastated. But I'm his girlfriend. Her best friend. I can't laugh. After filling out the application forms, I'll show them via video for review. After the video ended, I immediately changed my first choice to the Department of Literature at Peking University. I also discussed the remaining choices with my parents before filling them out carefully. The next morning, I was woken up by a call from Wenqing. Xiaoxue. Have you filled out your college application yet? Did you follow the arrangements we made? Wenqing asked seriously. Of course. Stop disturbing my sleep. I yawned. On the other end of the phone, someone clearly doubted. Are you sure? Weren't I filling it out right in front of you and Lu Xiuyu? Please stop disturbing my sleep. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. Xiaoxue. Are you also? What do you mean? Nothing. Really. Wenqing hung up the phone. I continued to sleep, but suddenly sat up. Did Wenqing notice that I changed my college application back to the original one? There's no reason for that. She doesn't have my password, so there's no way she can see the choices I've actually made. Just to be safe, I quickly turned on my computer and logged in to check. It's good that nothing happened. It's really good that nothing happened. On the last day of filling out college applications, Wenqing invited me to go shopping, saying she needed to buy things for college. I'll meet her at her place. Xiaoxue, you've finally arrived. I've been waiting for you for so long. Wenqing opened the door enthusiastically, then turned around and went back into her room, locking the door behind her. I was left standing in the living room. I'm going to change my clothes. 10 minutes later, she came out, smiling. Let's go to the mall. The clothes she's wearing are exactly the same as before. To call her stupid is to show a lack of intelligence. It's obvious she was making an excuse to change clothes. But in reality, she was up to no good. Locking the door on me clearly means I'm the one they're trying to trick. What harm could 10 minutes do to me? Throughout the journey, I couldn't figure it out. Wenqing happily tried on clothes all afternoon, repeatedly telling me how much she liked them. Then go ahead and buy it, I said, meaning I wouldn't pay with my phone. From the moment she schemed against me, she ceased to deserve even a fraction of my effort. If it weren't for wanting to see what she's up to, just looking at her makes me feel disgusted. At 5 p.m., there's only half an hour left before the deadline for submitting volunteer applications. We found a restaurant and sat down. Xiaoxue, are you upset about something that happened locally? Wenqing held my hand affectionately and began to talk openly and sincerely with me. You're only 1 point taller than me. I asked several seniors from Peking University online, and they all said there's little hope. The local 985 universities are also fine. If you work hard, you can still get into Peking University for postgraduate studies in the future. I pulled my hand back. I'm not angry. Since I applied to Peking University, I went there right after school started in September. Wenqing suddenly stopped being affectionate, as if she had been betrayed in the most devastating way possible. Of course you're not angry. Since you didn't apply to local universities at all, you applied to Peking University instead. I was shocked. How did she know? Could it be that? Yes. I know your password. I was even more shocked. Huh. Stop pretending. I know you've been reborn too. This password is something you told me in your past life, said Wenqing, looking extremely disappointed. Jiang Shui. You don't keep your word. You act one way in front of me and another behind my back. You actually want to go to Beijing University without my knowledge. You've read too many novels. I don't believe it verbally, but I truly believe it. Otherwise, She wouldn't have known my password. Damn it. Reincarnation really exists. This year, the admission score for Kyoto University was 669. In my past life, you applied to local universities, so I barely made it in. In this life too, you refuse the same excuses. You agree to the same tactics in person, but then still report it to the capital authorities. You're beautiful and come from a good family, no matter which university you choose. You'll have a bright future. But I'm different. My parents divorced and didn't want me. I live with my poor grandmother. Everyone looks down on me. Peking University means too much to me. But you're competing with me. When Qing looked at me with a resentful expression, then suddenly laughed maniacally. But you've no chance now. Ha 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 ha. I've deleted it for you. You have no chance of getting into Kyoto University, nor even any of the local 985 universities. I've changed all your university choices to fake universities instead. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. My vision went black for a moment. I could barely sit still. You're a little scary. I'm going to the bathroom. It's 5:15 right now, with 15 minutes remaining before the deadline for submitting college application forms. My legs gave out, and I stumbled and wobbled my way to the bathroom. Closing the door, I called my mother with trembling hands, afraid of being followed, afraid that someone might be eavesdropping. I hang up the phone as soon as I call, then send messages to my mom on WeChat. Mom, hurry up and turn on the computer. Let me show you my college application. Mom knows my password. Soon. Mom sent a picture along with many question marks. All the volunteer choices had been changed to junior colleges' unrecognized institutions. That's too cruel. Mom, please change it back for me. The deadline is approaching. Hurry up. During the wait, my heart pounded wildly, and my nerves were on edge. In my past life, I managed to get into a 985 university. But in this life, am I forced to attend some low-quality college instead? Before long, a WeChat message appeared. It was from my mother. Done. Also, come back and explain to me what happened. I let out a sigh of relief and flushed the water away. Looking at myself in the mirror, with eyes red from anxiety, I washed my face before going out. With the heavy stone on the ground, my legs weren't weak anymore, and my steps were steady. When Qing moved to the door and sat down in the chair closest to it, as if trying to prevent me from rushing out, I played along with their plan and rushed towards the door. The food is ready to be served. Where are you going? Xiao Xue. When Qing stopped me with a smile and whispered, stop wasting time. There are only 5 minutes left before the deadline. You won't make it. Yes. There's no time left. When Qing and I sat face to face, 5 minutes of silence passed. When Qing clapped her hands in joy. That's great. In this lifetime, I'll be able to attend university in the capital again. I'll even get to study with Lu Shuyu for 4 years. When everything's settled. I laughed out loud. When did you start paying attention to Lu Shuyu? I fell in love with him right away during the high school grade division. But all he saw was you. He even thought I was stupid. Fortunately, hard work can make up for lack of talent. Although I still fell 1 point short of you. But in the end, it was me who stood by his side. When Qing looked proud, like a winner. I'm really looking forward to seeing her reaction when she finds out that she didn't get into Peking University. What kind of expression would she have when she couldn't stand beside Lu Shuyu? Wen Qing, although you're crazy, I truly once regarded you as a good sister. Even though we weren't related by blood, I think this is the last time I'll speak my heart to her. When Qing seemed momentarily touched. Xiao Xue, come to Peking University for your postgraduate exams and join me and Shuyu. Don't forget to get your bachelor's degree first. When Qing's tone suddenly changed to one of mocking laughter, without a trace of shame, she changed all my college choices to vocational colleges. And they were even the worst ones available. Even the last bit of sincerity was given to dogs. I smiled without saying a word. Then called Lu Shuyu. When Qing was admitted to Peking University. Do you know? Is that so? Lu Shuyu sat down next to me. looking at Wenqing with admiration in his eyes. Sure, you're brave and determined. Before I wanted to apply to Peking University, you said I was selfish and stubborn. Wenqing applying to Peking University shows determination and courage. Lu Xiuyu, you're being hypocritical. Lu Xiuyu was about to explain. No, it's not like that. Let me ask you again. Did you also apply to Kyoto University? Lu Xiuyu nodded. I'm sorry, Xiao Xue. Giving up my dreams. I can't do that. Okay. We agreed that all three of us would apply to local universities. But instead, you all applied to Peking University. I pretended to be devastated. Xiao Xue. I'll wait for you to come to Peking University for your postgraduate studies. Lu Xiuyu promised. No need. Lu Xiuyu. Let's break up. Wenqing. Let's not be friends anymore from now on. 1/severs two harmful relationships. Triangles are stable, but triangular relationships are inherently filled with betrayal. I'm quitting. In the following days, Lu Xiuyu called me many times and sent me numerous WeChat messages. I ignore them all. Lu Xiuyu had his pride. After that, he didn't send a single punctuation mark anymore. A few days later, I came across the official announcement post about Wenqing and Lu Xiuyu. Above the couple's photo was Wenqing's caption. Meeting at the peak. May we continue to be happy throughout our 4 years at Peking University. Lu Xiuyu reposted Wenqing's WeChat post. Without any accompanying text, only a red heart emoji. The social circle went absolutely wild. Comments came one after another. 4 years at Kyoto University. Wow. Does that mean I've definitely been admitted? Top students in school really are that confident. Am I seeing things? That's not Jiang Shui. It's Wenqing, Jiang Shui's best friend. Lu Xiueba and Wenqing. Oh my god. Isn't Lu Xiueba paired with Jiang Shui? How come he's officially announced his relationship with Wenqing? What's going on? There must be something going on. There definitely is something behind this. The discordant comments gradually diminished, with blessings of 99 appearing one after another. Upon opening the moments again, 2 official announcements were followed by the numbers 99. My WeChat is also bombarded with over 99 messages. It's impossible to go back to each one individually. I posted a status on my social circle with just 4 words. Single. No dog. Consider it a response. A series of comments quickly appeared under this post. Agree with the like that Lu Xiueba is a dog. Once I graduate, I'll be single forever. I'll never believe in love again. Were you cheated on by your best friend and boyfriend? In these days, it's essential to be careful about fire and theft, especially with best friends. Wenqing also commented, being single is perfect. I heard that there are many handsome guys at XXX College in XX province. Wish you luck in finding someone to date soon. Wow. Sanmu is now in front of her original partner. Which ridiculous university is this really? Is this some kind of curse to make Jiang Shui study at a crappy university? What a vicious best friend. Under siege. Wenqing fought back against all the criticism alone, replying to each accusation. I turned my phone upside down and checked my computer for any updates on the admission process. Mom. I got into Kyoto University. I rushed out of the bedroom to hug my parents. Dad called to tell grandparents and great-grandparents that Mom has ordered dinner to celebrate. That night, I received 3 savings cards. 1 each from my grandparents on my mother's side and my grandparents on my father's side. Xiao Xue is amazing. She's the first person in our family to get into Kyoto University. What a great honor for our family. Once the admission notice arrives, invite your cousins, uncles and aunts from the countryside, as well as those living abroad. Let's throw a big celebration. After dinner, Dad took the elderly people home, while Mom took me to get my skin and hair treated. Your homeroom teacher said that those who get admitted to Peking University need to go to the school to take photos, have their names posted on the school's honor board, and also visit the school's history museum. Take beautiful, natural photos, so everyone knows that my daughter is just like Messmart and pretty. I let the staff get on with their work while I checked my phone. In the four-character dynamic, when Qing and her classmates argued for thousands of floors. And the arguments continued. Many students specifically posted complaints individually, and when Qing responded to each one of them, it's like chasing people around to kill them. Talented but lacking virtue. What's the point of attending Peking University? When Qing, despite everyone's anger, posted another status. Those who couldn't get into Peking University are just trying to slander and retaliate. I was so shocked that my mouth fell open. Does Wen Qing not check the admission status online? Or is she too confident that everything will go smoothly just as it did in her previous life? The crazier it gets now, the more devastated I'll be when I receive the admission notice. Hey, Jiang Shui. Wen Qing walked up to me and called out to someone behind her. Xiao Yu, look. Jiang Shui is here. Xiao Yu and I both got admitted to Peking University. We need to go back to campus to take graduation photos. So we're here to get our faces and hair done. Do you also need to take photos at your XXX college? Wen Qing covered her mouth and laughed. Lu Xiuyu seemed a bit awkward and kept his distance from me. I really can't get rid of these awful people, no matter where I go. If I were you, I'd wait until I got the official admission results before showing off. My dreams have come true. I'm also much kinder now. And I kindly remind them of things. Xiao Yu checked online. And he's been admitted. Wen Qing said proudly, feeling proud of him as well. I asked with a smile, what about you? Do I really need to check? Wen Qing said meaningfully. Wen Qing managed to get inside information. This year, the admission score for Peking University is 669. She just barely meets the requirement. Lu Xiuyu explained. 669. I can do that too, I said, half-jokingly. Hee, you have no chance now. But once I get my admission letter, I can show it to you. A few days later, I received my admission notice from Peking University. I proudly shared it on my social media. Caption: not giving an inch. Below the picture, comments keep popping up. Congratulations. There were also other comments. Where's the admission notice from Kyoto University for No. 3. Why isn't it being shared? Is he just naturally low-key? A call immediately appeared on the screen. It was Wen Qing. Why did my admission notice from Kyoto University end up with you? You sent me your junior college admission notice. Wen Qing screamed in frustration. Me. Did you receive your college admission notice? From XXX College. Congratulations. I heard there are quite a few handsome guys there. Let her finish speaking. Is Lu Xiuyu still the only one in your heart? What a pity Lu Xiuyu got into Peking University. It's okay, really. In the future, when you take the postgraduate entrance exam, come to Peking University and look for Lu Xiuyu. Don't forget to get your bachelor's degree first. I gave her back every word she had said to me. What have you done? What in the world have you done? Wen Qing was so angry that her voice trembled. Weren't you saying that the admission score for 669 was required? What's wrong with me getting admitted with a score of 670? I spoke in a normal tone and activated the phone's call recording function. The problem is, I deleted your application to Kyoto University and changed it to a junior college program. So how did you still get admitted to Kyoto University? Wen Qing yelled angrily. Did you somehow respawn without me even noticing? Me. I told you to do more practice problems and stop reading those reincarnation novels. If only you'd scored one more point. You wouldn't have been so far behind that you barely had a chance to make it in at all. Besides, you maliciously changed my preferences. Can't I change them back? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Wen Qing couldn't believe it. I calculated the timing carefully and changed it accordingly. I stayed with you until the deadline. You simply didn't have time to change it back. You've been reborn for the second time, Wen Qing said decisively. You deliberately came back to life twice just to ruin me. 10 years of friendship. You're really too cruel. I'm too lazy to listen to your nonsense. I hung up the phone, put on my neat school uniform, and went to school to take a class photo. Due to Wen Qing's extreme behavior these past few days, she went from being an unknown person to the talk of the whole school. Everywhere people went, They heard the name Wenqing. I don't know who spread the news that Wenqing was admitted to XXX college. Everywhere this news went, the name Wenqing was always accompanied by laughter. The social media feed was also full of posts mocking Wenqing. Hey, where's someone's admission notice from Kyoto University? Why is it from the XXX college? Previously, the curse affected the person who was supposed to get admitted to Wildfall Academy. In the end, the consequences backfired on them themselves. Ha ha ha. You reap what you sow. Ha ha. Wenqing has completely become a joke. Since it was the truth, she didn't say anything in response. She remained completely silent. Xiao Xue. After taking the group photo, Lu Xiuyu called out to me. Wenqing didn't get into Peking University. She cried very much. She said that if you hadn't hidden the fact that you applied to Peking University from her, she wouldn't have ended up being admitted to a junior college. Lu Xiuyu. Have you come here to demand an explanation? I quietly turned on the phone's recording function. Xiao Xue. Weren't we supposed to apply to a local 985 university back then? Lu Xiuyu sighed. We originally agreed that the three of us would apply to local universities together. Please go and ask Wenqing why she applied to Peking University without telling me. Then ask yourself why you applied to Peking University without telling me either. Lu Xiuyu changed the subject. All that's in the past. The one who's truly pitiable now is Wenqing. After 10 years of friendship, you shouldn't act like a stranger. I insist on getting it back. Lu Xiuyu. On the high-speed train, you and Wenqing discussed in the bathroom how to deceive me. I heard every single word clearly. That was just. Lu Xiuyu's face immediately turned red. At that time, you were my boyfriend. And Wenqing was my best friend for 10 years. You two worked together to scheme against me. Aren't I pitiable? Wenqing somehow got my password, maliciously changed my college application choices, kept dragging me on until the deadline, and laughed at me for going to a junior college. Am I not pitiable? After a long silence, Lu Xiuyu apologized. I'm sorry to you. I only found out later that she had applied to Peking University, but you said she got your password and maliciously changed your college application choices. I don't believe she's that kind of person. Lu Xiuyu spoke in a serious tone. Whatever you want. I don't want to keep arguing anymore. Mom is calling me to come back for dinner. 3 days later, at the grand graduation banquet, I received so many red envelopes that my hands were tired from holding them all. Mom pulled me into a corner. Your homeroom teacher couldn't reach you by phone, so they called me. They want you to go to school right away. What's wrong? Wenqing wants to jump off a building. Mom drove me to school. On the way, I learned the truth from the WeChat messages from my homeroom teacher and Lu Xiuyu. Wenqing tore up her junior college admission notice and caused a scene at school. The school needs to find a way to get the local 985 university to accept her application and admit her. She filled out the application forms all by herself. The application period has long since ended, and the admission processes at various universities have also been completed. It's completely impossible to break the rules for her sake. Her to retake the exams for the second time. She turned around and rushed to the rooftop of the south building. When the homeroom teacher and school administrators arrived, she cried and accused Jiang Shui of being vicious, claiming that Jiang Shui had stolen her place at Peking University and even tried to kill her. It was only then that the homeroom teacher called me and asked for my help. Xiao Xue, are you still going to be soft-hearted? I arrived at school, and Mom called out to me. I never intended for Wenqing to die. I had no idea that Wenqing would deliberately seek her own death, dragging me along with her. Mom, I'll do as you say. I'll call the police. Okay. Go ahead. Be careful. Mom will come find you after parking the car. Wenqing sat cross-legged on the rooftop railing, with messy hair and tears streaming down her face. The school administrators didn't dare to take any reckless actions. Firefighters had also arrived and were busy carrying out their duties. When Lu Xiuyu saw me, he was furious. If something happens to Wenqing, will you have any peace of mind? Jiang Shui. Wenqing screamed. Don't think that by being reborn twice, you can ruin my future. There's nothing I can do about it. As long as I jump down, I can be reborn again. Wait just a while, I'll take back everything that belongs to me. Wen Qing looked resolute, as if she had made up her mind. She jumped down without hesitation. As everyone cried out in alarm, the firefighters pulled on the net together. Wen Qing was caught in the net, suspended midair. Why? Why won't you let me die? Why prevent me from being reborn? Wen Qing struggled and screamed violently, like a pig being slaughtered. The firefighters slowly pulled on the large net. The school leaders breathed a sigh of relief. Lu Shuyu rushed over and hugged Wen Qing, with bloodshot eyes. He yelled at me. Jiang Shui, are you satisfied now? A pair of cold silver handcuffs were placed around Wen Qing's wrists. Wen Qing suddenly became quiet and confused. We are from the police department of City X. Ms. Wen Qing. You are suspected of altering someone else's college entrance examination application details. Please cooperate with our investigation. What? Is there really such a thing? School leaders were discussing the matter heatedly. Wen Qing shouted at me, Jiang Shui. What the hell are you doing again? Jiang Shui, you're too cruel. Uncle Police. This is slander. It's completely false. Wen Qing has been taken away, so there's no immediate risk of suicide. I also sighed in relief and answered Lu Shuyu's question just now. Now, I'm satisfied. Jiang Shui. What does rebirth mean in Wen Qing's words? Lu Shuyu calmed down, but his eyes were filled with confusion. Go ask Wen Qing. You trust her. I don't know if Lu Shuyu went to ask. Mom went with me to the police station to submit the evidence. I got to see Wen Qing for a moment. Through the iron bars, Wen Qing felt not a trace of regret. How can you prove that I stole your password? My mom hired professionals to trace the IP address from where the volunteer's post was altered. It was from your house. Don't forget. You were also at my house at that time. Wen Qing curved the corners of her lips. In other words, she could easily claim that it was I who changed her college application choices on her computer. I'm not panicked at all. Don't forget. You called me and questioned me. And I recorded the conversation. I've just given the recording to the police. Wen Qing's face turned pale. She shook her head violently while sobbing. That's not true. I shouldn't have lost everything. And certainly not ended up in prison. You must have been reborn twice. That's why you managed to steal my future. Wen Qing felt aggrieved and unwilling to accept it, with tears streaming down her face. Stop reading so many reincarnation novels. You've gone crazy. I'll never tell her that. If it weren't for that inexplicable phone call on the high-speed train, her life would have been just as smooth and fulfilling as in her past life. Before leaving, I feigned regret. It's a pity that you won't be able to attend Kyoto University. Nor will you be able to stand by Lu Shuyu's side. But you can try harder. Maybe you can even marry him. After all, life is long. You've been reborn. You truly have been reborn. Reborn twice again. Wen Qing shouted behind me. Why won't you admit it? The police officers all laughed. The girl has good grades, but reading too many novels has ruined her mind. Yes. I advised her to do more practice problems and read fewer novels, but she wouldn't listen. The case of a college entrance examination candidate maliciously altering others' application forms has drawn significant attention online. Wen Qing's parents requested a psychological evaluation. The results showed that Wen Qing didn't have any mental issues. She simply read too many novels. Soon, Wen Qing faced legal consequences. As the university registration date approached, Lu Shuyu blocked me at the entrance of the residential complex. He held a bouquet of flowers. With a look of guilt on his face. I'm sorry, Xiao Xue. I never thought that Wen Qing would actually do something illegal. He pressed the flowers into my arms, smiling warmly and kindly. Everything has passed. Xiao Xue. Can we go back to the past? No. I threw the flowers into the trash can. It's okay. Really. Lu Shuyu's tears welled up in his eyes as he said with a smile. I know you can't forgive me right now, but during those 4 years at Kyoto University, I'm confident we can get back to how things were before. Pretending to be affectionate is disgusting. When Qing has received the punishment he deserves. After saying those casual words, does he just want to wave his sleeves and head off to enjoy his wonderful college life? There's no such thing. Lu Xiuyu should delete what needs to be deleted and distance himself from whatever needs to be distanced from. I edited a short piece to briefly explain what happened between Wen Qing, Lu Xiuyu, and me. Just replace Wen Qing with A. and Lu Xiuyu with B. Friends who just want to watch and gossip won't mind doing everything they can to spread the word everywhere. Soon, my short essay became a sensation across all major platforms, with everyone talking about it online. I knew how Lu Xiuyu would react, so I blocked him across all platforms in advance. On the first day of school, Lu Xiuyu blocked me at the freshman registration desk. Xiao Xue, do you really have to go to such extreme lengths? He looked much thinner and his beard was messy. Before I could respond, the senior who was helping me carry my luggage spoke up. What's the matter? Are you that jerk from the internet? Lu Xiuyu was panicked and walked away timidly. The internet speed at Peking University is very fast, and the atmosphere for chatting and sharing news is great. For a long time, wherever Lu Xiuyu went, he was treated like a rat crossing the street. Look, that bee is coming over. Which bee? That scumbag bee, who would stop at nothing to trick A's girlfriend just so A could get in. Wouldn't you? Lu Xiuyu doesn't dare to contact me anymore. Even after the public opinion subsides, he'll still act cautiously, no longer possessing the confident and heroic demeanor of the high school prodigy he once was. I enjoy college and life in general. From time to time, I think of that phone call on the high-speed train. I'll always be grateful.